Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. Website on the top here is kathymcleland.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you would like the spelling. Okay. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Websites for Sandra. There's a bunch of Hay House websites. If I can, hopefully the light's going in there well enough. Freeze frame on that if you want any of those websites. There's also one in the back for hayhouseradio.com. And there's a picture of Sandra. Okay. What do we got for Virgo? Just want to be sure before. Unexpected success. Unexpected success. Comes in fast. Wow. I feel like you're not going to believe it or trust it when it first comes in. Kind of like, is it though? Virgo's an earth sign, right? So when something comes in really fast and like kind of just flashes in, I feel like, all right, well, let's see if it lasts. I feel like we're kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna trip over myself about it. Let me see if this actually holds up. It's nice, but I'm not changing my life over this until I'm sure it's actually going to be, it's going to withstand the test of time. It's going to actually be stable. So it does come in. Did you know? Did you have any inklings about this? You got the moon card here, which I feel like is very good for you at this point. That's one of those cards that can go either way for Virgo, because it's your opposite in the zodiac. Sometimes it talks about Pisces, which is your opposite. But yeah, something has been stuck for a while. Ooh, yeah, it has. Two of Swords, the block, and the Hanged Man. It's not funny, but it's like, well, maybe it is, because it's been stuck for a while. Whatever this subject is, it's been stuck for a while. For some of you, it could be romance. For others of you, I feel like it's some type of business thing. It's like either a promotion or like maybe like you've wanted this job at this certain company and you've tried for it before, but it's just never quite made it. And now it's like, oh, here it is again. And I guess I'll go for it again. Or maybe you're getting some word like, hey, Virgo, that thing you want is coming up again. You should try for that again. And you're like, I guess I will, but we'll see. I feel like it's just kind of like something maybe that, whatever this subject is, it's something that eludes you. And it's kind of like, well, it's been a long time since it's gone my way in that subject anyway, so why should it change now? I kind of get that feeling. Like, why would that change now? I get a lot of like, whatever comes in fast. And I'm like, for some of you, it's definitely business. And it's like an opening, maybe at a different company, and I do feel like you're putting your hat in the ring, kind of like, no, I do want that. I know I want that. I'm just not, tripping over myself, getting too excited because I've tried for this stuff before, and yes, real close but not close enough. It's just been like one of those things. For others of you, I do think it's romance, which is explaining to me why this is really jarring for some of you when it is romance, because I feel like it's just like, boom, it's here, and you're like, well, for how long? We'll see. This is good, though. I'm getting a lot of success, but I feel like I need proof. You're not negating this, I would also like to say. I feel like you're being fair. Like, I feel like it's just, you're not negating anything out, which is great. If this reading is coming to you and you're kind of like, this kind of hits what you're doing, but maybe you are negating it out, then the message is don't negate it out. Just kind of give it a fair roll. So I feel like most of you, though, you're kind of like, I'm giving it a fair shot. I'm not going to trip over myself, but I'll give it a fair shot, whatever. I'm just not getting overly attached. Yeah, that's all. It's like I'm winning, but am I... The Five of Swords is kind of like the fruitless win. That's how you're feeling. Kind of like, I mean, I guess I'm winning this, but am I winning? Am I? But am I really? What is that? Something else is... There's, something is moving away, but I think it's a positive... Like, it's a good thing that it's moving away. Something is kind of moving away from you. That's the Four of Cups. And the Empress. Which is kind of like another questionable card. It's on its side, kind of like... I don't feel... The Four of Cups with the Six of Swords is kind of like... I don't feel like there's anything I don't like other than that it's just popping out of nowhere. And I feel like I'm, like... The ironic part is, it's like, I don't like how it's coming in. I don't like how it's starting. I don't like how it's just, boom, here. It's just kind of like, yes, no. It's just kind of like... It's like somebody showing up at the front door and saying, hey, you ready? Let's go. And you're like, what? It's got, like, even though you want this, it's kind of like the way it's happening. I feel like that's the only thing. But I feel like that's dissipating. And it's kind of like, well, if things get better, if this subject goes better for me, I'll give it a fair roll. I'll give it a fair roll. I mean, it's kind of like, for some of you, I feel like this is home improvement where you've been waiting for somebody to come and fix something. And it's like, well, I can do it at this time. And you're like, well, it's kind of an inconvenient time, but I'll make the time if you actually do it. So, okay, I'll do that. Let's see if you actually show up, though. I don't know where that one's coming from, but I feel like for some of you, it's like, it is home improvement. Like, yeah, well, if you actually show up, cool. I'll move my schedule around for that. Let's see if it actually happens, though. The opposition is dissipating. But you are slow and steady wins the race. That's typical Earth. Success. There's a lot of success here. Success and speed. You've got like 3 speed cards, in my opinion. The Knight of Wands. One of these is the Knight. One of them is the Prince. This is the Prince. What is this one? That's the Knight. The Prince and the Knight feel very similar to me in this situation. But then you also got the Six of Wands, which is fire, which is success. And then you got the Eight of Wands, which is speed. Can also be success, depending on what's going on. With all these adding together, it's just, I feel like it's highlighting the success. What you don't expect is what's actually starting. Like, I feel like the situation is proving itself loyal to you. In the beginning, I feel like there's a lot of signs that this is going to be loyal to you. But I also feel like Virgo energy is kind of like, oh, okay, we'll see. Like, you know, talk, you know how they say talk, very cheap. Talk is very cheap. I want to see. I need proof. I'm going to need proof. But as it keeps going forward, you're getting that proof. I feel like it's going to be like a 2-month thing. Not in the sense of like you're waiting for something to happen in 2 months, but like I feel like 2 months pass by and I'm like, you know what? This is going my way. You know what? I think this is staying. And I feel like it's after 2 months I'm really starting to feel comfortable and I'm like, wait a minute. I do think this is going to work. I do think this is going to fit. Something here has to back it up. There's some type of foundation. Before I'm able to go into the next phase and embrace the next phase is what I'm feeling. Something over the next 2 months, like it shows you, like, it's like I understand why it showed up out of nowhere. I understand how I fit. And now I see why I can believe in this. As much as you can in anything in life. Like, you know. Not until that moment will you embrace the phase shift. The phase change, the new era, whatever you're talking about here. Not until you've had that moment. And again, I don't see you holding anything back. It's just until this moment, it's like, well, we'll see. I'm not tripping over myself. I'm not going to bend over backwards. I'm not going to go crazy with this. I'm just going to, all right, I'll enjoy it for what it is while it is. But once that, something about around 2 months, it's the tipping point. I feel like that's when this shows up. Which, for an earth sign, which clearly Virgo is, this is like what you want. This is like when something really like sinks in, grabs hold of the ground, and the roots are taking hold, and it's starting to actually show growth. It's not everything at once. This is not everything at once. This is where I have a good hold, I got a good start, and I see where this is going to flourish. As long as I tend to it, as long as I care for it, this is going to be a brilliant, beautiful, strong, very beneficial tree for me, and this is what I want. It's growing more on your terms. It's kind of like, it was a good start. In fact, maybe it was a great start, except for the timing. But from here on out, now we're building, now we're reinforcing, now we're latching in, and we're reinforcing how we fit here and making sure like nothing disappears overnight. I keep seeing it doesn't have to be romance, but I got a couple of romance cards. That's why I was mentioning it before. Literally two. The Angel of Love and the Woman Holding a Heart. Don't get caught up in the gender. I also see the woman holding the thinking woman. So this is somebody who's very smart in this subject, but very happy. So it doesn't have to be romance, but whatever this is, you very much, very, very, very much like it, but you're also very sensible. And you're like backing things up and you're making sure this lasts as long as possible and you know what's going on here. Is there something I'm missing? Because I feel like there's a little something. Is there something else that I'm not hitting on that Virgo needs to know about this? Ace of Cups. Okay, yeah, we know that. I said you're gonna love it. And your card, the Hermit, shows up on the dice. That's your card. This is like perfect fit. I feel like maybe this is why you're uncomfortable with it at first a little bit. Kind of like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. But is it really going to stay? Like, it's just a little bit too, like, that's exactly what I want. Like, I feel like you don't trust it at first. I think that's the right way to handle it for you. I would not say, throw caution to the wind, because first of all, that's not really a Virgo thing in my opinion. So I feel like that would just be foolish for me to say. But also, the way this is patterned out, there's something else adding in that's going to be... I feel like when that Ace of Cups shows up later with your card, like, there's more things going the way you want them to. Like, I feel like there's good things coming in. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Virgo is not big on surprises. So, like, when things are coming in, you see it coming in, and I feel like you also get to choose which one you want. So, like, because I'm a foodie, I'm going to do a kitchen thing here. So, like, I get the house I want, and then I'm seeing, like, okay, we're going to renovate the house. We're going to do the kitchen, and I get to decide the kitchen's going to be first, and I get to decide what I want in there. Like, I want this type of, setup because this is the type of people I handle. I want this scheme. I want this type of this. You get to choose as you go. You get to select as you go, and it's literally exactly what you want. Like, the Ace of Cups in your card is telling me this is going, like, boom, boom. But in the future, like, after the 2-month mark, I feel like it goes at your pace as you would like. So it's a lot more comfortable later. It's not bad in the beginning. I wouldn't say it was bad, but the pace is much better later. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.